We all crazy as hell, but we got each other. That's the plus thing. So we one big family. Hey, thanks for sharing that and being transparent, sir. It helps a lot of people.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm continuing the show. So it's been honorary tradition to have a guest speaker for each Usafe reunion. And so the gentleman I'm going to introduce as our honorary speaker, I met him in Las Vegas, which is my last base before I retired. He came for the Tuskegee Airmen Convention. He came into town. And I had been working the conventions, I don't know, for about 5 years, just helping out as most active duty and reservists do. And we crossed paths and we got to talking. And he mentioned, or I asked him, I said, hey, where have you been stationed? He told me, over in Usafe, and I asked him if he played football. And he said, yeah, I did, and I was pretty good. And I said, okay, and he told me, what years he played and whatnot. And I actually played against him his last year at Green Common. Correct me if I'm wrong when you get up here. And so I told him about my involvement with starting the Usafe football reunion in 2006, with the first reunion being at Andrews Air Force Base. And he said, oh, okay. He's like, and then we started talking about players from different areas and whatnot, so we exchanged numbers, we kept in contact, and the rest is history. But Juan Lewis is a retired U.S. Air Force chief with over 40 years of distinguished military and federal service. A proud former Green and Common pirate / crusader and 4-time installation command chief. He built his legacy on uplifting heroes. And today, after conquering life's toughest battles, he continues to inspire others with his unshakable spirit and message, which is, I quote, still fired up. So it's with pleasure I introduce Juan Lewis.
Hey, thank you, Scott, for that introduction and taking me back down memory lane. Man, it's been a long night tonight. Extremely long night tonight. And I promise you, right, Elmore, you told me to give you 15 minutes. I think I'm going to cut that a little bit short. But anyway, I'd like to thank y'all for giving me the opportunity to share some words tonight. And my friend TC called me up yesterday. TC called me up and said, man, where you at, man? Are you scared to come to meet and greet? Because Crunch looking to knock your ass out again. But the real reason I went at the meet and greet last night was my daughter was involved in my daughter and my granddaughter was involved in a terrible accident. And our God is good because the car was destroyed, but everything is all right with them. But to be honest with you, I wouldn't miss this for anything. To be in a room surrounded by legends, surrounded by giants, surrounded by people who shape our United States Air Force. Let's give you guys a big round, give yourself a big round of applause. My beautiful bride, Jeanette, she will be here tonight, but Jeanette got other priorities. My 3.5-year-old grandbaby, she knew every weekend she required to babysit her. And she ain't leaving that for anything. But for the spouses, significant others and others here tonight, I really thank you for being here. They said, you can always get more money, you can always get more possession, but you can't never get more time. And just by your time being here tonight, it's in a big old signal. So let's give them a round of applause. For the planning committee, this is the 10th anniversary reunion. I can tell you guys don't knock it out the park. As a 4-time installation command chief, I tell you, I always call it like I saw it. And if you was full of shit up here, I'll tell you. But Elmo, you don't did a phenomenal job out of playing this thing. Everything's been first class. The venue, let's give him a round of applause. There we go. Hey, the only thing about it, Elmore, if you went back to your Tops and Blues days, right, and gave us a performance, we would really love that. But anyway, I know a lot of you off the side here, when you flew in, you kind of had flashbacks a little bit. Because the last time you've been to Lackland, you were reporting to basic military training. And you know what, if I was still in charge when I was the command chief of Lackland, I'd have had those military training instructors down there ready to tighten you up all the way. But I can tell you, Lackland is kind of in my doghouse because we were supposed to be having a tour on Sunday. And they backed out on me. And I don't play that shit. Because my word is my bond. I'm a different type of chief. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. So, I'm going to address that over there with them because that's extremely disappointing. But anyway, basic military training, it don't change a lot. From the time we went through to the time where it's at right now, it changed. Matter of fact, on 9 October, they changed the curriculum again. And if you do go there too, you'll see stuff. It's a little bit different from what we went through. They got a little bit different focus, but they're trying over there. But everybody said, like as a 4-time installation command chief, they said Lackland was my #1 assignment. I love being over there. I always say you gotta do what you love, you gotta love what you do. If you ain't doing that, you're doing something wrong. But I did love being over there with Lackland because I love inspiring, I love motivating, I love encouraging young people to reach their fullest potential. But they hit it all wrong though. My #1 assignment was RF Freedom Coming. And why was RF Freedom Coming? Because I had to play football and sit back there on that table. Elmo, you had me sitting right there. But ain't no way in the world I can't show no love to my DC family back there. Let's give it up to them. And I can tell you, as the Joint Base San Antonio Command Chief, when the Dallas Cowboys came here and hosted their little training camp, I went down and talked to them. When Florida State Seminoles came down and was in the Final Four, I went down and talked to them. I wasn't nervous, but tonight, I'm extremely nervous, right? Because I know how you guys are. You know what I'm saying? We're from a generation that just tell it like it is, right? If you ain't hitting on all cylinders, we gonna let you know. But when we was over in Usafe, we played football. Football just wasn't a pastime. It was a mission. It was a serious mission over there. Football boosted morale of the installation. It also gave us a sense of purpose. And one of the things we don't realize, football directly contributed to the falling of the Berlin Wall, to the ending of the Cold War. Because we had the bases over there fired up. We gave them something to look forward for on the weekend so they can go out there and accomplish their mission. That's right, Tom, you know it. But when we was on that field, we played with something I call pride, enthusiasm, and passion. Y'all remember when you was off the side there? You guys going up with the coaches, just give you that little pep talk, get you all fired up. They could do used to be famous for firing us up. Tom over there, famous for firing you all the way up. But when you talk about that pride, enthusiasm, and passion, I'm looking around this room and I can see it, and I can feel it as I look over there. I look over there at Chop, right? Chop, the pride he had in 1986 when the underdog Chicksaw beat Bitburg. Chop inspired us. They stopped Bucky Foxborough over there. Everybody saying Chicksaw cheated. But you know what? Chop, you inspired us, man. You inspired us to go find out the line. Those little small bases, right? We were looking for those big bases. Lakey, we were looking for you, baby. We weren't afraid of you. And then I started thinking about the enthusiasm. My hero, where he at? I remember 1987 in the All-Star game. I didn't get to make the All-Star game, right? I didn't get picked. But I remember Usafe and CSC and UK were playing. UK was winning the game. The game was almost over with. They were moving the trophy from over to the UK side. And then Jeff Wilson dropped back. And he threw that ball in the left left corner of the end zone, Dwayne Hart caught it. And y'all know what Dwayne Hart used to do back in the day. He used to cabbage back. You know what I'm saying? He was cabbage backing over there. And then the game over with, and CSC won that Usafe All-Star game. And Dwayne Hart, you inspired me, bro. Because when I'm in the All-Star game, you know what I said? I said, I'm going to be an All-Star. And you know what? I'm going to be letting defense back. Your ass ain't going to be cabbage backing no more. And then I started thinking about passion. I'm talking about passion, right? How every base needs a tongue to change Captain Crunch's life. But I want to tell you about the person who changed my life. Dickie Doo, stand your ass up. He used to boss us around every day. I remember the first time I met Dickie Doo. I got the freedom coming. I remember I did over and said, I mean, Dick, stay your ass all the way up, Dick. You know I love you and stuff. So the first time I meet Dickie Doo, I go over and say, Coach, I want to play football. He said, you're a little light in the ass. He said, I might got a position for you. You know you can be the water boy. You know what I'm saying? And so here I am, right? And Dick, if y'all know Dick speaks the hard truth. And he said, he is always speaking the hard truth. He hurt your feelings, he just break you all the way down. Dick wouldn't even let me play. He coached downtown with the Dame Valley Chargers. I said, Dick, I can play. No, sorry, boo, your ass too light in the ass. And so then with my hero Cobb, what Cobb there? Cobb over there, who's on the Air Force track team. I go out there running the Air Force track team. Me and Cobb over there, we run over in Holland. I can't tell you what we ran, but I can tell you what we did. You know what I'm saying? But we was over in Holland running on the Air Force track team, and then Dick found out I ran the track, and he came to my dorm one day. I guess one of his star players on Dave Dunn didn't show up, and he knocked on the door. Hey, Boo, come on, Boo, come on, let's go play football. I said, all right, Dick, I'm ready to go play. And guess what Dick had? He had some lineman uniform gear out there for me, right? And here I am, this damn shoulder pads, pants falling all off my ass, tape all the way on there, right? And we go up there and play the Leicester Panthers, right? And guess who won the quarterback for the Leicester Panthers? Sean Payton, the head coach of the New Orleans. And Dick, you remember? I had three of them. 3 long touchdowns. And then Dick on the break. Yeah, this is my all-star right here. You know, I ain't gonna have him on there. Hey, boom. He changed his mind then. But I want to tell y'all something about Dick, though. Hey, if you were stationed at Greenham Common, you played football, Dick saved your life. What I'm saying, we used to do some stupid stuff. And guess what? Dick used to take care of it. Matter of fact, I remember when I first moved my little place on base, I ain't have no funds. Dick gave us all, we open the warehouse, get you for move, whatever you want, go and take. Then Dick used to let me borrow his car. But one thing Dick did, he played Cupid. What I'm saying, he played Cupid, when I was acting stupid, getting cold feet about marrying my British wife, I'm over there, Dick come over there and talk to me. Then he go talk to her. Then he come back and talk to me. And I can tell y'all, Jeanette and I, we've been married 36 years because of Dick right there. And the last thing I want to tell y'all about Dick, my dad and I, we didn't have a good relationship. And my dad died in 1988. And the funny thing is, Dick is like my dad, like my Air Force dad, Dick is like my dad. And Dick and my dad share the same birthday. Dick can come by my house, and you gonna stay with us, buddy. Jeanette waiting on you, waiting on when you come bring your ass on over there. And you know what? All that talking, all that stuff he doing, he can do whatever he want to do. He can come take the car, he can take the house, he can take everything. Because I wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for Dick and do. Dick, I love you, brother. I said, you can sit down, Dick. You can sit your ass down, Dick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know we got a daughter now. I'm a little bit older now. You know, it seems like Dick is getting younger and we getting older back there. You know what I'm saying? But Dick, we love you. We love you. But I want to share a personal story with you. And that personal story is something about resilience. The good Lord tapped me on my shoulder It made me go do something to come to something. So I was over in Holland thinking I was on top of the world. And COVID hit me. COVID hit me like, it hit me really, really bad. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm from a small town in Arkansas where I wasn't even born in the hospital. I ain't never went to the doctor until I came into the military. My grandmother had a portion for everything. Grandma wasn't there then. I was trying to make a tonic, and I just kept getting worse and worse. And next thing you know, I was laid up in a hospital in Holland, in a country where I ain't speak the language at the height of the dang COVID pandemic. I thought I was going inside to just get a shot in my ass so I can go home. And next thing you know, I'm laid up in there, laid all the way back. I'm in ICU in a big room like this, and people died to the left of me, people died to the right of me, people died in front of me, and I wanted to die so bad because the pain was just too much. I just wanted to give up. And I remember like going to sleep, begging God not to let me wake up. And then when I woke up, I started having like, instead of being a victim, I turned into a victim. I said, Lord, have a purpose for me, because during that night, I must have had an out-of-body experience. And I remember someone wanted to argue with me about how the hell I felt when I was in ICU. I'm like, where you at? And I can tell you one of the things that saved me, like, I used to run every day, 5 miles every day. People used to say, you're stupid, man, you're tired, why the hell you run? I don't know, I just like to run. You know what I'm saying? But when I was running, I didn't realize that one day, just by being in shape, that I was going to be able to survive. Because when those doctors was triaging and making decisions on who lived and who died, I remember one of them grabbed me on the leg and told me this guy in shape was going to work on him. And I also remember one of the nurses over there. She said something funny. She told me I was the only darky in the hospital. But when you land on your back like that, you don't care what the hell they say. Just keep working on me. But I'm laying on my back, right? After I changed my mentality from being a victim, right? Because sometimes bad shit happens to you, right? And then you want to be down on yourself, right? You got to get up. And I learned how to get up when I was playing football. Get knocked down, get your ass up. Don't be feeling sorry for it. You can't control what happened in the past. You only control how you respond in the future. And I'm laying there, right? The only thing I can move, I went from 180 pounds down to 150 pounds. And I can't even move. Can't move my legs, can't move my toes, can't move my arms, can't move my fingers, right? And I'm just laying there. And I want you ladies to understand, I'm not trying to be nasty or anything. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm laying there, I'm thinking I'm paralyzed, right? And I remember they were bathing me. I don't know if anybody else been there ICU before, where you get bathed, you butt naked in there. And the girl, she was bathing me, and she been down, she started smelling good. And it said, Lord, everything gonna be all right. Thank you, Lord. Everything gonna be all right. I knew everything gonna be all right then, boy. Thank you, Lord. But I want to tell you something, right? I heard Captain Crunch, he went up there and mentioned, right? When your friends are knocked down, I want you to pray for them, right? Because the power of prayer is power. And I remember my boy TC called me up. Everybody calling and people like FaceTime and they crying and shit. I'm like, that shit ain't happened to me, man. Then TC called me up and he was like, woo. He said, man, Corona will whoop your ass, boy. Then he said, man, what the hell you doing looking like Grady? All this grass beard, you know. And you know what? And it made me start laughing, right? And then I started feeling bad about myself, and then I started saying, you know what? I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. But I want to tell y'all something. When bad stuff happens, everything got a silver line. You got to keep looking for it. Like I told y'all, my dad died in 1988. And then I was laying in there, I told God, if you ever let me out of here, all I want to do is one thing, God. I just want to keep getting back. I told God, if you ever let me out of here, I'm going to go out there and do DNA, the ancestors. Because I ain't really know, I knew my dad, but I don't know my dad people, you know what I'm saying? My dad and I didn't have a good relationship. So I went out there and did ancestors. And it came back. I'm like, what the hell, man? Y'all gonna mix my damn DNA up with somebody. I said, who in the hell this is on this thing right here? Because you know my dad was in Vietnam twice, right? So if I was when my dad was in Vietnam, he was doing more than fighting. Because I got a brother named Phong Dong, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and then when I looked at it, right, and I'm like, what the hell, this shit is not right. You know what I'm saying? And I said, let me call this guy up and shit. Why y'all got my stuff? There ain't no mistake. So I called the guy up and talked to him on the phone. I said, hey man, seeing is believing. I said, I need to FaceTime your ass. Y'all trying to swindle me. When I looked at this guy, man, he was a spit image of my dad as a Vietnamese person. But the Lord is good when I tell y'all. I'm telling y'all the Lord is good because when he got married, I was the best man in his wedding. You know, I better wrap this up before Dick and Duke come out there and put my ass on the bench again. You know what I'm saying? But I do want like to offer a challenge to each and every one of you in here. We all are legends. We all have an opportunity to make a difference in this world. We all have an opportunity to share our story. So I challenge you to go out there and mentor someone who don't look like you, someone who don't talk like you, someone who did not grow up like you. I challenge you to go mentor them and make a difference in their life. I also challenge you to make sure you support each other. United we stand, divided we fall. And we got to support each other. No matter what difference we may have, and you know what, when we played football, we had a bunch of different trying to kill each other. But at the end of the club, we were like best friends, hugged all the way up with each other. And we need to show that same support out there in life. Also, I challenge you to be passionate about a cause. I don't care if that cause is something political. I don't care if it's something social. I don't care if it's something, you know, with animals. Whatever the cause is, I need your ass to be passionate about it. And go out there and like, share your word, share your gift. If people don't like it, tell them to kiss your ass. Because you know you're doing you. Because one thing we got to realize inside this room, right? We don't live more days than what we got to live. So we got to make every day count. So I just challenge you to make sure that we make it every day count. So it's an absolute privilege to stand up here, and I hope I ain't talked too damn long. But I encourage each and every one of you to stay fired up, stay motivated, stay full of that pride, enthusiasm, and passion, and keep living the dream. And thank you for all you did for our great military. Jeanette said I can't bring no more military shit in my house. I'm about to sneak this in there, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna tell them.
All right, those were some outstanding words. Can we give another round of applause for Juan Lewis? Hey Juan, on behalf of our alumni and these lovely ladies here, man, we are grateful that you shared your words, your energy, your expertise with enthusiasm. With that being said, we have a small memento here. We'd like to pass this on to you as appreciation. And it says, Juan Lewis, Usafe Football Reunion, October 11th, 2025. Thanks for the inspiration.
Thank you, bro.
Godspeed.
Thank you, bro.
Check. Shortly following this, you all will be taking your old asses to bed. There will be no dance.
Yeah, and we will go to bed soon. I can't wait to crash. and just like my man said, we can't thank you enough. Man, God knows that was a great speech, man. I enjoyed every word of it. But so many people wanted to offer you so many different things. This is from
Brother Dion, where you at? Brother Dion Edwards. You can show this to somebody else as you want. This is a box of dominoes. It ain't Air Force, so tell your wife it ain't Air Force.
It's dominoes, right? I used to be pretty good at these, man.
All right. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I still want to see you talking to me. Thank y'all.
All right.